When you stop contacting a man, something powerful happens, something Steve Harvey loves to remind people of. A man who thought he could take you for granted suddenly finds himself standing in a silence he never expected. And in that silence, he does two things. Not because you forced him, not because you yelled or begged, but because distance reveals the truth. The first thing he does is he evaluates. He looks around at an empty phone screen, a quiet message feed, and he realizes the emotional supply he thought would always be there isn't. And the second thing he does is he reacts. Some men step up, some walk away, and some realize too late that you were the best thing that ever happened to them. But here's the part that matters most. This story is not about him, it's about you. It's about the strength it takes to step back, especially for women who spent their whole lives prioritizing others. It's about embracing the power of silence, the power of self-respect, and the power of reclaiming your peace at any age. Steve Harvey always says that a woman's greatest power isn't in chasing, fixing, or convincing a man to see her worth. Her power comes from knowing who she is before anyone else defines her. And when you stop contacting a man, what you're really doing is choosing yourself. You're choosing your energy, your mental stability, your self-respect, and your future. But this journey isn't just emotional, it's physical, spiritual, and holistic. Because when you pull back from someone who drains you, you also create space to rebuild yourself from the inside out. Many older adults forget that this transformation doesn't require giant leaps, just consistent steps. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is wake up in the morning, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that you deserve peace. You deserve respect. You deserve a body that feels alive, a mind that feels calm, and a life that feels meaningful again. And it starts with simple habits. When you detach from someone who took advantage of your kindness, you give your mind a chance to reset. It's like a detox for your emotions, your nervous system, and your health. Suddenly, you have time to take care of yourself. Suddenly, you realize that peace is not a luxury, it's a lifestyle. One of the first signs that you're healing is how your body responds. Stress, frustration, emotional exhaustion, they take a toll, especially as we get older. And you don't need a heavy workout or an intense routine to feel better. Just a daily walk, 10 minutes of stretching, a light movement session in your living room. These small, gentle habits wake up your muscles, improve circulation, boost mood, and give you a sense of control. As Steve Harvey says, success isn't built on giant changes. It's built on consistency. And nothing is more consistent than choosing yourself every single day. And as your body adjusts, your mindset shifts. That man you stop contacting, he will feel that silence. He will wonder. He will question. He will sense the shift in your energy. But the more important question is, what will you do with this newfound freedom? Some men react by chasing harder, by apologizing, by suddenly wanting to fix everything they ignored for years. Others react by disappearing, proving that they only valued your presence as long as it required no effort. And Steve Harvey will be the first to tell you, either reaction is a blessing. If he cares, he'll step up. If he doesn't, he steps aside, and both outcomes lead you toward the life you truly deserve. Because your worth was never determined by who stayed or left, but by the strength you showed when you chose not to chase. In this period of silence, you can transform your lifestyle in ways that honor your age, your wisdom, and your well-being. Start with your diet, not a strict diet, not a punishment, not something that strips joy away. Just simple, nourishing choices that support your body. Add more colorful foods, more fresh fruits, leafy greens, warm teas, whole grains, and lean proteins. These foods energize your brain, stabilize your mood, protect your heart, and support healthy aging. Even small changes like drinking more water, eating lighter dinners, or choosing healthier snacks can make your body feel more alive. And when your body feels good, your confidence rises. When your mind feels clear, your decisions improve. When your spirit feels calm, your emotional boundaries become stronger. People react differently to a woman who takes care of herself. Her energy becomes sharper, more grounded, more magnetic. Some men who once overlooked you will suddenly feel your absence as if the sun disappeared behind the clouds. They will wonder why you stopped reaching out, why you're no longer available, why the attention they took for granted is gone. They will check their phone. They will scroll. They will hesitate to message, then type something, then delete it. They will feel a pressure they've never felt because your silence forces them to face their behavior. But while they go through confusion, frustration, curiosity, or regret, you go through rebirth. This is what Steve Harvey wants women to understand. When a man truly cares, he will always come forward. And when he doesn't, silence will expose that truth faster than any argument ever could. So instead of sitting around waiting for his reaction, focus on becoming a stronger, healthier, happier version of yourself. Start your mornings with intention. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply. Appreciate your life and set a positive tone for your day. Light stretching to loosen your joints. Gentle movement to strengthen your muscles. These habits especially help older adults maintain mobility, balance, and vitality. You don't need a gym, just a small space and a willing heart. Even a simple walk at sunrise or sunset can transform your mood and your health. And as you build these healthy routines, your emotional resilience grows. You realize that your happiness never depended on his attention. The love you needed was the love you give yourself. Your silence taught him something, but it taught you even more. You learned that peace should not be negotiable. You learned that boundaries are not signs of cruelty, but signs of self-worth. You learned that age is not a limitation, it's a reason to live even more intentionally. Older adults are often told to slow down, to settle, to accept less. But you are entering a chapter of strength, self-awareness, and clarity that younger people can only dream of. You have lived, learned, survived, and risen. Now it's time to thrive. When you stop contacting a man, you also stop distracting yourself. You stop losing energy to someone who wasn't pouring energy back into you. You start sleeping better, thinking clearer, feeling lighter. You give yourself permission to reconnect with hobbies you once loved: gardening, reading, journaling, cooking, or even dancing alone in your living room. These joyful activities release stress, improve brain health, and remind you that happiness comes from within, not from someone else's validation. And the more you enjoy your life, the more you radiate confidence. Confidence is silent, powerful, and irresistible. A man can feel it even without a text. Sometimes he comes back shocked, confused, suddenly realizing what he lost. He may say he misses you. He may promise to change. He may suddenly put in the effort he never did before. And you must ask yourself, is this genuine or temporary? Is this love or guilt? Is this commitment or fear of losing you? Silence reveals a man's truth, but it also reveals your truth. You start to see clearly who adds to your life and who drains it. And the beauty of older age is that you no longer need temporary people. You need peace, stability, and real love, love that matches your growth, your maturity, and your vision for the future. In this journey, taking care of your physical health becomes a form of emotional strength. Eating real, nourishing foods tells your body you care. Drinking enough water tells your organs you care. Getting sunlight, walking daily, doing light exercises, stretching, these tell your bones, muscles, and mind that you still value your health. Even improving your sleep schedule, decluttering your home, listening to soothing music, or practicing gratitude at night can reshape your entire emotional landscape. These habits give you strength, stamina, and clarity. They reduce anxiety, improve mood, and help your heart stay strong. And when your heart is strong physically, it becomes strong emotionally too. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it begins the moment you choose yourself. Steve Harvey often says that a woman who respects herself becomes unstoppable. She doesn't chase love, she attracts it. She doesn't beg for attention, she receives it. She doesn't cling to anyone. She allows what's meant for her to stay. And that's the essence of your silence. It's not punishment. It's not manipulation. It's a declaration of self-worth, a declaration that you will no longer carry a relationship alone, a declaration that love should be mutual, effort should be mutual, and respect should be mutual. And here's the truth about the two things a man does when you stop contacting him. He either steps up or steps out. Both are answers, both are blessings, and both guide you toward the life you truly deserve. If he steps up, you'll see consistent effort, changed behavior, maturity, and genuine accountability. If he steps out, it means he never intended to stay, and your silence simply revealed it earlier rather than later. Either way, you win, because you are no longer emotionally stuck. You are no longer waiting, wishing, hoping, or hurting. You are living, and living well is the greatest form of healing. When you prioritize your health, healthy meals, light exercise, walking, stretching, hydration, deep breathing, proper sleep, you are rebuilding yourself. When you embrace positivity, gratitude, peaceful mornings, inspiring content, kind self-talk, you are nurturing your spirit. When you let go of people who don't value your presence, you are protecting your peace. This is how older adults continue to thrive. Not by giving up, not by slowing down, but by living with intention, wisdom, and self-respect. So as you move forward, remember this: your silence isn't empty. It's full of growth, full of healing, full of new possibilities. The man will react how he reacts, but your life will keep moving forward. You will keep improving mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And every day you choose yourself, you become stronger, wiser, healthier, and happier. Steve Harvey would tell you, stop worrying about what he does after you stop contacting him. Start focusing on what you do after you stop contacting him, because that is the real transformation, and that is where your new life begins. When you stop contacting a man, you create a silence that forces him to confront the reality of your absence, and in that quiet space, he begins to evaluate what he had and what he may be losing. Men often assume consistency means permanence, so when that consistency disappears, they start to realize the value of the connection they overlooked. Some begin to reflect on their behavior, thinking about how they treated you, what they failed to appreciate, and what they took for granted. This evaluation leads to action, and that action reveals everything you need to know. A man who genuinely cares will step up with effort, accountability, and clarity, while a man who was never truly invested will naturally fade away, showing his truth without you having to ask. Either reaction becomes a gift, because it frees you from uncertainty and guides you toward what aligns with your worth. Your silence is not a form of punishment, but a powerful statement of self-respect and personal boundaries, signaling that you value your peace and emotional well-being above anyone else's approval or attention. When you step back and stop reaching out, you give yourself the opportunity to reconnect with your own needs, desires, and priorities instead of pouring energy into someone who may not reciprocate. This act of choosing yourself allows your mind to reset, your heart to heal, and your emotions to settle, creating space for clarity and growth. It teaches you that your happiness is not dependent on someone else's actions or recognition, and that true fulfillment comes from within. As you embrace this practice, you strengthen your confidence, reinforce your boundaries, and cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth, demonstrating to both yourself and others that your presence is valuable and your energy deserves respect and reciprocity. Focusing on yourself through light daily exercise, gentle movement, walking, stretching, and healthy eating is one of the most transformative ways to rebuild your confidence, energy, and emotional resilience, especially as you grow older. These small, consistent actions support your physical health by improving circulation, maintaining muscle strength, boosting flexibility, and keeping your joints mobile, which in turn enhances your overall vitality and stamina. When you nourish your body with wholesome foods, colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and plenty of water, you fuel not only your body but also your mind, stabilizing your mood and reducing stress. Even simple routines like a morning walk in the fresh air, light stretching before bed, or preparing a nourishing meal can create a sense of accomplishment and empowerment. Over time, these habits reinforce the connection between physical well-being and emotional strength, helping you approach life with more confidence, clarity, and positivity. Prioritizing lifestyle habits such as proper sleep, staying hydrated, practicing mindful mornings, engaging in joyful hobbies, and nurturing positive thinking has a profound impact on mental clarity, emotional resilience, and overall well-being, especially for older adults. Adequate sleep allows the body and mind to recover, reduces stress, sharpens focus, and strengthens immunity, creating a foundation for healthier decisions and a calmer state of mind. Drinking enough water and eating balanced meals support energy levels, cognitive function, and heart health, ensuring that your body can keep up with daily demands. Mindful practices like morning reflections, deep breathing, or gratitude exercises help center your thoughts and set a positive tone for the day while engaging in hobbies you enjoy, whether it's reading, gardening, painting, or gentle physical activity brings joy, reduces anxiety, and stimulates creativity. Cultivating a positive mindset reinforces self-worth, encourages patience, and empowers you to handle life's challenges with grace, confidence, and optimism. The true transformation happens within you when you stop chasing and start focusing on your own growth, health, and happiness, allowing yourself to embrace a positive mindset and intentional living. By choosing to prioritize your well-being over seeking validation from others, you create space to rebuild your emotional, mental, and physical strength, which naturally attracts healthier relationships and opportunities into your life. Developing consistent habits like nourishing your body with wholesome foods, moving gently through daily exercise, practicing gratitude, and setting clear boundaries cultivates resilience and self-confidence, reinforcing the understanding that your happiness is your responsibility. As you invest in yourself, you become more aware of your worth and less willing to accept situations or people that do not align with your values. This internal shift radiates outward, influencing how others perceive and treat you, empowering you to live a life rooted in fulfillment, joy, and self-respect while embracing the wisdom and strength that comes with age.